Hi, it's Destiny. It's July. We're in Santa Claus, Indiana, reporting live from the Christmas store. Apparently, you can buy Christmas any time this store is open. You don't gotta wait for the real date. You can just buy it in here. Hey, I'm Destiny. I got a melting snowman behind me. It's melting off all that yellow snow we got over the winter. There's a broom and a shovel too that fell off. I guess those were his arms. You really don't want to. Doesn't look too appealing to swim in that. Hope I get everything on my list this year. Dear Santa, I've been really good this year, and all I want is a new president and a liberal progressive government. Your friend, Destiny Esther. Hey, we're just at the Santa Claus, Indiana original church built in 1880. You can see the gas lamps and the old pews and the heater and stuff. This is on the National Registry of History Places. And right behind me is one of the original, what would Jesus do pictures. Hey, it's Destiny again. Just calling it donation box, but looks more like a slot to me. This statue is dedicated to the children of the world, so if he's from outer space, sorry, this Santa ain't for you. That's Charlton Heston, and I'm shooting him with my handgun. This Destiny was in the original Santa Claus post office. That's where you can mail them and get a P.O. box. And thank God they got stories in here that is true. The elves are busy at work, as you can see. They're making these picture books, making baby Jesus. Hands up, don't shoot. God, even in Santa land, we gotta do that shit. Hey, it's Destiny. We was at Santa's Candy Castle. You see, it's shaped like a castle, but it's not made of candy. I'm gonna high five the Santa. Hey, I'm Destiny, and this is where the sidewalk ends. Hey, it's Destiny. We was at the Ave Maria Grotto in Coleman, Alabama. And right now I was in front of a miniature replica of Bethlehem. This here's Bethlehem. There's a manger. And all the wise men and sheeps and angels and safety bars so no one can mess with baby Jesus. So all these miniature statues was built by this guy, this monk named Brother Joseph. And he had a real boring job, and so he had extra time on his hands, and he built all these little replicas and statues and things. This here replica of the Montserrat Monastery in Spain, they get like 60,000 visitors a year. To the real one, I don't know about how many to this one. This one here is just a regular wayside shrine. I guess it's another tiny church. It's a miniature of a tiny church. Now he's all the way in Bavaria. This is St. Martin's Church. It's got the tallest tallest brick tower in the world, 432 feet. I'm almost 5 feet, so you can tell. it's pretty tall. This one back here is the shrine to the Statue of Liberty. Brother Joseph was an immigrant. When he got his citizenship, he made this shrine. It was back when we had much more compassionate immigration laws. This one back here is just a general God bless America, don't say why. I guess you could pick your own reason. This one here called the Shrine of the Fairies. Them angels, it's made out of junk and stuff. You could find shells and stuff. Them angels is being held up by old used up cans of cold cream. I don't know why monks are using cold cream, but he got some extras. Pope Pius XII, that's his shrine. I guess he not very exciting. He must have been a kind of boring pope. These here is all replicas of the St. Bernard Abbey, which is where we was at. It's also in Alabama, which is the home also of the St. Bernard's dogs. This one is called Hansel and Gretel Visits the Fairies. I don't see candy nowhere or trail of how to get back, but there is like there's a lizard monster down there.
Let me out of here!
This is a basilica, Mobile, Alabama, and basilica mean it's one of them Harry Potter terms for a snake. This one here is a called Mysterious Tower. They found it in Rhode Island. Thought maybe Irish monks built it in like 1200 or something. You can see there's a little boat next to it. It ain't too tall even for a miniature. Got Mary Magdalene and the Rock of Ages, the birthplace of rock and roll, hard rock. You see there's lots of rocks around here. There's a Jesus back in there in that cave. It just says it's a mission.
I should have all the answers for you in about 10 minutes.
Jesus had missions all over the world. I mean, he was the original Mission Impossible. Tom Cruise just ripping him off. We're still doing missionaries here. This one right here is the Alamo. They got Pee Wee Herman. His bike is in the basement. And Paris Mission Dolores is the mission to save her. More missionaries. Lots of positions in all these missionaries. So this one is the shrine of Saint Therese. She was a saint for being ordinary. This one ain't a shrine. As you can see, it said it's just an outline. An outline ain't a miniature, unless it's a miniature like paper or something, but I don't think so. This one all about Rome. You got the Colosseum right there. All these churches and stuff in Rome. It's pretty impressive. All these miniatures. And you got the Parthenon up there at the top of that hill. The red hat. That's the entrance to a catacomb. There's more catacombs. And a crypt. You could get your cat's hair did at a catacomb, but they ain't got no cat brushes. Thank God they got the biggest shrine hairs for Mary. We'll walk closer to it. This inside of the Mary. It's like normal size, it ain't a miniature. I'm glad somebody finally respects a woman enough to make a life-size shrine. He made a life-size shrine for her. He made many ones for everything else. This here's all Bible stuff now. You got Rachel's tomb back there and Bethlehem. And over here is Herod's Gate. Fortress of Antonia. I guess Jesus spent the night here after he was in the Garden of Gethsemane. And then you got some Jerusalem and real quick, this here's Little Jerusalem. They got a pool. These is the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, but nothing's hanging. Tower of Babel just won't shut up. But that's the ruins of where Lazarus lived. There's a cat up there in that blue building. Bible cat. Crucifixion Tower. You can hear the bells. That's Brother Joseph, the guy who made all this, the monk who made all this stuff. That's a life-size picture of him, so he was pretty short, apparently, but not small enough to fit in any of the buildings they made. Hey, it's Destiny. We was at Marty's Grass World. We're gonna go check out some grass. Everybody still wants to know who let the dogs out. No one knows. That's chucking, not grass. That's Eve up there twice. We're in the Garden of Eden and Mardi Gras parade. Letter L plus all them eyeballs equals lies. It's a queen with a mirror face, so you can be a queen yourself if you look at it right. It say free Egyptian instead of Egyptian. The song would be a lot better if it said the same thing. That's the devil float. Looks pretty scary, don't it? Look like death. Maybe that's the devil's brother. I ain't the devil himself, but it's related. Us has both got dinosaur genes. Unicorn, it's the last one. What they got. And then, it's all about debauchery and stuff, so you got like a lady to see her boobs. Note to self, never play leapfrog with a unicorn. Even these Mardi Gras animals ain't very modest. You can see that one's got like 8 boobs. That's what it looked like underneath.
Ooh la la.
This one right here is going to be Tanya Harding, Nancy Kerrigan float. That's Nancy. And they're going to break her knee in this next year. Going to put Tanya next to her. I'm a winner. I won. So, you can't throw nothing at the people on the float, but they can throw a lot of stuff at you. Seems unfair. It calls them props because there's statues, but they call them props. They're made out of foam. Can't stand up by himself. Got to prop him up on the float. That's the King Kong. He's real tall. When I turned around, my head was right there. That's Queen Kong. Also real tall. Over there, that's the King Kong. That's Queen Kong. They're sticking with the traditional gender binary. I wish they could have like a gender fluid Kong or trans Kong or something, but they ain't that progressive yet. Alright, finally. Thank God they got like one naked man right there after all these naked boobs and stuff we've seen. There's a close up, but he's like a Ken doll. Ain't nothing there. This guy's like a god, guru, something. I don't know. Confucius, somebody? It doesn't say. But check out them nails. That ain't a lesbian. This Jesus not only died for you, he's willing to teach you anatomy. Well, the good news is I got at least one angel in here praying for everyone. So, that's a blessing. Of course, I said it's a blessing, but then you got this lower's picture of, look like two ladies. Oh, wait, that's just from far away. It's actually, That's the man, and that one's the lady. Can't. It's real hard to tell. But it's just his vagina is on the outside, and hers is a little more tucked away. So Marty's grass ain't about Marty or about grass at all. It's about parades and floats. This is Giant Safety Pin. I'm in New Orleans, and there you see it. They built this in case levee breaks again. They can pin it back together. Guess you could also stick it to the man. All this stuff hanging down from the trees. They call that Spanish moss. But we was in Louisiana, so I'm not sure how it got here. Maybe Noah's Ark brought it. This lady wanted her picture taken with me, so I said I'll do it with my selfie stick. And now I have it. She don't. It's a giant spider. This is what happens when you go inside her. Wiggles and jiggles and tickles inside her. Hi, it's Destiny. Destiny, we had a piece called Untitled. That's how you know it's super fancy, because it don't even have a title, and also nobody knows what it is. This other side of Untitled looks like Destiny.
I don't know.
This one here is called Heroic Man, but I'm not buying it. These is blockheads in nature. This here statue called Karma, and it just keeps squatting on your head over and over again. This one looked like Jesus. It does look like they took most of the good parts. Hey, we was at Storyland in New Orleans, and pretty sure it's a rip-off of Fairyland in Oakland. The guy stole the idea, except this one's called Storyland, and it ain't about fairies, it's about stories. They don't say what none of these stories is about, so I'm guessing this one is about a rocket ship and how it has corporate sponsorship around Texaco. Control to Major Tom. Oh, seriously, Major Tom. Major Tom. So this rocket story is about how to survive in a panic room.
Blast off!
This story here about Sleeping Beauty and this little hut where the 7 dwarves live. They got Dopey and Grumpy on the front of this cottage. Pretty much sums up President Trump and his administration. Hey, Destiny, that Snow White, that ain't Sleeping Beauty. This sign say no swimming or wading allowed, and I don't know how that mermaid got out there in the middle then. Unless she's Jesus, that could walk on the water. Maybe that's another story, I don't know. Storyland is teaching me. If you walk on water, but only to the middle, you could get stuck. I'm driving the Captain Hook's boat real casually. Lots of things is casual in New Orleans, including me. You can see up here Peter Pan and Captain Hook is having a battle. And then down here at the bottom there's a lady who's got to hold them all up. A woman's work ain't never done. This here's Rapunzel. She let down her hair. So was I. Who wore it better? I think I did with my mullet dreadlocks. This is the best part of Storyland. This jail. where they keep all the good rides locked up. This here's a cow that jumped over the moon, except she got tired at the top of her jump, and she actually landed on the moon, before the monkeys and Neil Armstrong. And she's just resting there until she's ready to jump back down. I guess that happens in the morning time. Almost made it all the way over. This story about Puff the Magic Dragon and how when it gets real high, his fire breathing turns into a slide that you could go down the slide and into my mouth. That's Mother Hubbard up there. She don't look that old, but she does live in a shoe. She actually lives in a shoe. It's about size 115 to maybe 537. Not that big considering how many children she's got. Wait a second. Old Mother Hubbard lived in a cupboard. This lady is just the old lady that lives in the shoe. Sorry. I got my old ladies mixed up. This is why people don't like to eat pigs, because they're dirty. They don't wear pants. Like this animal, he got pants on. He's fine. This is Jack in jail. In this case, you don't get to go up the hill. You go down a slide. They're doing it with a bucket of water standing up. That don't seem very safe to me. So it's a little different than the original story, I guess. Alright, finally Storyland got a Bible story. It's Jonas and the Whale. In this case, Jonas is made out of wood, and it looked like his nose could grow at any time if he lies. This here's a pumpkin carriage. It'll take you to a ball, and if you're Cinderella at midnight, your vagina will turn into a pumpkin, and then your prince, Peter Pumpkin Eater, will come to your rescue. That's how the story goes. That's how they tell it at Storyland, anyway. Hey, we're at the Beta Mystery House, and as you can see, not a lot of things make sense. It's a mystery, so that means nobody knows. It's a mystery because you've got like a robot guy, and then there's like another 10-man robot guy, but then there's a dollhouse that has unicorns living on the balcony. That's a gator horse bicycle, clearly a mystery. Those muddy things down at the bottom is alligator snapping turtles. You know, I'm supposed to throw stuff at them turtles, but if you do and you get in trouble, there's an emergency telephone pad right here. So you could dial the number, at least. This mystery house got a whole, section of paint by number stuff and very detailed section that you can press these mouse buttons and different things will light up and stuff in there. It's a whole town. 68 plus 1 is 69. That's the Church of God. This one says to press the button and then let go. It's just like being at Mardi Gras, except you're inside in this miniature. Look in that bedroom, see what's happening. Right there. It's devil's work in that bedroom.
Does not compute.
This is a clown game called Hey Kids. Play with Crisco. See what he does. I'm pressing all the buttons right now. All of them. Oh. That's exactly why kids don't like clowns. That's Terry, the three-faced dog seal dog. We was in the Shard house, and this So far, this place has just been like all my wet dreams come true. There's pinball, there's taxidermy, there's jukeboxes, there's a merman just casually hanging out right here. Hey merman, is you a mouth breather?
I can't believe you asked me that.
This down here is literally a baby gator. Well, I guess in Louisiana at the mystery house they can babies if they got extras. Save them for winter. They bring them out when they need them. Can them. Behind me is like the world's biggest alligator fish. It's actually called a bassigator. It's part bass and part gator. So in here we got examples of what happens when you allow things like gay marriage to exist. Obviously you get some interspecies relationships, and this one is a fish alligator. That's alligator and fish having sex sometimes. And then down here you got one that's is half duck and half gator, and then up here is the other half that's half alligator and half duck. So I mean those things ain't supposed to go together. The series called The Shed of Revelations. The Shed of Revelations is temporarily closed, so you can't get to that last chapter of the Bible. I guess it's good news because the world ain't ending, because you can't get to Revelations, but I guess it's bad news also because God's busy, and He can't save you no more. Thank God that intermission finally over. Here's part 2. It's just urban. This is urban nature. Every city in the South has one of these, and it's different all the places, but you just don't know what you're gonna find. Plenty of places to be casual around here, or take your shirt off. A lot of that going on. I'm wearing extra shenanigans, so the whole thing comes off. It's a one piece. You can't just wear half of it. You gotta wear the whole thing. It's hot. These knee highs is hot. It looks cool. It looks cool because it's a nude. It's a nude color. It's neutral. It goes with anything. See, when you're in a swamp, this is the swamp camouflage. The flowers. This tie. Shoes. It's a one-piece casual wear outfit for the swamp. The brand name of this outfit ain't just shenanigans, it's extra shenanigans. I really wish we'd see a swamp rat. They got them here too?
Nutria rats.
Nutrias. They look like beavers, but they ain't. No, ma'am. No, that's gonna be the new thing. I mean, not fucking like rabbits. You're gonna be fucking like nutria. They can have like 13 litters a year. That's a lot of nutrias running around. Make great pets. Better than a snake. Better than this dead squirrel. It's a pretty good pet. Until I killed it. Huh? Chicka pay. Panda in. Panda in. Was looking for snakes. There's snake talk when it's a direct line to God, and you just got to get a snake and talk to it. It tells God what you want them to know. It's called serpentine. It's a language. You get the snake, and you're like, oh, you summon the spirits that way. We just need to find a snake now. I got some things to tell God. We'll make a list. I'm gonna write it down. I'm gonna put it up here. It's gonna stay in my head. Number one, butter really needs to heat up to room temperature a lot quicker than it does. Just can't spread it good when it's cold. You don't want it to get too hot. There needs to be a better solution for that. Second thing I want to tell God, like he never calls. I gave myself to him and he never calls now. I have to get a snake to talk to him. We're here at the Precious Moments. We just made it. We're so excited. Can't wait. Hey, it's Destiny, and we're at the Precious Moments Chapel and Museum in Carthage, Missouri. It is the 8th wonder of the world, and I'm feeling like I'm about to have a precious moment, so we're just gonna go inside and find the restroom. They're trying to be cool here. They updated the sign to say hashtag and God bless you. There's a lot of precious moments happening here. And if you need a tampon, you can sit on the throne and get one. Here's a fountain with fish. This is a parable about Jesus and how if you give a precious moment a fish, it can feed 4 ducks and like 10 other precious moments of people. So we're going all the way around the fountain. It's still a fountain on the other side. This here's the Precious Moments smoking lounge. That's how God wanted it. Jesus was a smoker and a toker. Well, he's at the front of the chapel. It says museum is closed daily. I guess that's disappointing. It's just sweet. It's sweet on the Lord here. Even the restrooms is real sweet. Ain't that gonna be a precious moment when that goose eats that child's nose? There's a Precious Moments mailman that can pick up your mail if you drop it off by 2 p.m. Usually I don't do stuff that take me off the ground, but when I seen this sign, I literally jumped for joy. These is real life precious moments dolls. They ain't made from ceramics. I think they used to all move, but now just the one is playing guitar. They got a Precious Moments clown out for Halloween. In case this weren't already scary enough. They got some extra goodies for the little kids. Scare them. Jesus loved Halloween. This one say, "Remember the Children, Oklahoma City, 1995." And then there's like a broken teddy bear, and that firefighter is crying because they had to abort that baby after a fire. I ain't sure, but that might be Timothy McVeigh. Precious moment. Timothy McVeigh from the Oklahoma City bombing. He aborted that baby. Pretty easy to follow a wooden cart that got wheels that don't move. These two precious moments is praying for decorations for their Christmas trees. One thing they got here is smile stones. It's like a milestone, but you smile every time like you pass one. And there you can see them. Pretty neat. I'm smiling already. This is a precious moment for angels that ain't got noses. Finally made it to the chapel, but God ain't letting us in. The doors ain't opening. They put a tube in that one so that fish can breathe out of water. Thank goodness we were wrong. Them doors weren't for the chapel. We're still going to the chapel, but now you can see we're gonna go down this path. God made this path, and it is lined with Precious Moments angels. So I hope you feel blessed when you walk down it with me. There's angels announcing our presence. Boop, 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 boo! Here come destiny. One of the real nice things about these precious moments is that besides like other angels and stuff you see from biblical times, these ones got clothes on them. They're a little more modest. I mean, God didn't want angels to be naked. Cherubs. These cherubs all got gowns and stuff because that's God made them. God made them clothes. So why wouldn't they wear them? Us has joined a menstrual cycle gang when we was there. We was riding hard for Jesus. Let's hear another fountain. Clearly, it's about how the love from a cup runneth over. See them cups? They ain't for drinking, they're for spilling love into the water and then pumping it back up through and it comes out again. So you never run out of love. Yeah, God never run out of love for you. It's just like a pizza buffet that never run out of pizza. This is what's on the other side of the fountain. As you can see, we're about to walk up to the chapel. It's pretty elegant, pretty exciting. You see that? These chapel gates is like a light bright game. These all lit up with lights. They really pay a lot of attention to detail here. All these little bricks on the sidewalk uses this special Precious Moments font. I was going to pontificate on that Precious Moments font. You ain't probably going to like that because it's going to be pretty annoying. Who's ready? Are you ready to go in? Yes, I am. We're about to go in. Prepare for your breath to be taken away from you. Okay. No flash photography. But look at these doors. There. There's precious moment everywhere. Everywhere. Anyway, yeah. This is the Bible in a nutshell. This is the Old Testaments. And here we go, here we go, here we go. There's a lot of pages to get through. And then we got heaven behind us. The light is weird in here, can't get it. Anyway, this is all New Testaments over here. We're almost done, don't worry. The Bible's almost over. And that's the last one. That's Adam and Eve. And then next to it, you got the ark. Some animals ready to go on it. Not very many though. And then I think that's the donkey that's going to carry them to Bethlehem. And then you got when Jesus is born, right? And then you got Jesus playing with a cat. I don't remember that story. According to this historical painting, Jesus had at least 5 cats. Oh, this one called Hallelujah Square, even though it's a rectangle, but it's a picture of heaven, and Jesus in the middle. And this is a whole precious moments thing. It says, welcome. That precious child is holding it upside down in a very whimsical manner, but it's welcoming all these dead children into heaven of this. There's all them dead children all going up to heaven. Whew, it's a long way up. It's the centerpiece on the sides. They got a couple children of color finally, but they're dead. They all going to heaven. And then on the other side, same thing. More children, more heaven. That one there is when they found Moses in the marsh. Not the supermarket chain, but like in a wet field. This little guy is a warrior for God. That's another warrior. Jesus got a whole army of these cute little fellas. There he is with his army. You see the blue dot in the middle there? That's when the guy who was painting the ceiling, he quit. And he didn't finish it because he was 75 and he got tired. Anyway, that blue guy, that blue face is a reminder of the strength of the Lord and how we have to always keep it with us. So, Old Testament, heaven, New Testament, angels, heaven, heaven, heaven. This one's here about walking through the valley, the shadow of death. It says the rod and the shaft will comfort him. I'll believe that.
Eat a dick.
And blessed are the poor. They're getting ready to wash your feet. These is all the musical ones. I don't know if they only play Bible songs or other things, but It'd be real nice if one of them could play like some Joan Baez. Will you be ready when Jesus comes? All these clay figurines is ready.
Ready, set, go!
This one's Timmy. Sometimes precious moments is larger than life. Well, that was the mini chapel right there. It's the main chapel right there. We've seen Hallelujah Square, which was a rectangle, and we've seen Jesus in the middle of that square rectangle that is the same representation as having Jesus, right here in the middle of your heart. This one is saying, pull my finger. And the other angel is like, no, we're already in a fart cloud. He ain't here because he's risen like he said he would. Is he really risen? Looks like it. How many precious moments, figurines, does it take to watch Jesus rise? As you can see behind me, the answer is just one.
Y'all need to pray through is what you need to do. You need to pray through. You need to find your Holy Ghost-filled church and go to the altar and just be up there and be quiet.
Here's a better shot of the museum that's closed now for the season at the end of September because there ain't no kids left to work at it. Ain't nobody else want to work for that little money. Even doing God's work for minimum wage can be a struggle. That's why children is a blessing. This statue here is pretty meta. It's the creators creating precious moments as precious moments themselves. There was the artist guy, the marketing guy, and the Japanese guy that did all the sculpting. And even though they didn't, there was like a language barrier, it didn't make it, it weren't a deficiency for them because they all had God in their heart and they all knew what God wanted, which was to build a multi-million-dollar empire out of precious moments figures. Well, that was precious moments. We had so many of them, lost count, but it's over now. No more precious moments for a while. It's sad, a sad day when you run out of precious moments.